Hey guys, meteorologist Robert Spetta here with you. It is currently the 9th of June 2018 in the Western Pacific. We have our fifth named storm system of the year out here. That's why I'm making this update for Tropical Storm Maliksi. Now, Maliksi, by the way, is a Tagalog word for fast, kind of moving, spry type of system. That is not in any means accurately describe this storm. It is a slow-moving, disorganized area. You can see it here on this infrared imagery towards the northeast of the Philippines, towards the south of Okinawa. Just broad circulation. You have plenty of inflow coming into the storm, and that's really going to be the big issue with it, is that we're going to be looking at that threat of flooding out here across the Philippines just because of that inflow of convection wrapping around it. Furthermore, over towards Okinawa, you're going to be looking at some rough waves as well. So let's get right into this. I actually want to show you some of the infrared imagery coming around with this. Also, the latest JMA warning. It's moving north at about 10 kilometers per hour. Winds are at 40, gusting up to 50 knots. Now, that is still tropical storm intensity, so not quite to typhoon intensity by any means, and actually none of the agencies do expect this to become a typhoon. The main reason is it's just so disorganized. The convection spread out over several hundred miles here instead of just being concentrated around one center of area of convection. So as this moves towards the northeast, we're just going to be looking at a broad circulation. High wave warnings actually are in place across much of the southern Japanese islands, and eventually that will be the case over towards the Izu Islands and even into the Tokyo area as well. I think the Izu Islands are going to be one of the few locations that actually take the brunt of this storm system. You can even see that here with the JTWC forecast. Bulk of the winds stay offshore. Don't expect those tropical storm strength winds into Okinawa, nor does it expect tropical storm strength winds over towards Tokyo, but the Izu Islands, that's these islands just to basically due south of Tokyo, could take the brunt of this storm system. Like I said, maintaining tropical storm intensity. It's actually some of the higher resolution models just showing you that it does stay offshore. But what I want to show you is a few things here. First, let's take a look. Latest run from the ECMWF using Meteorth app. I love this app, by the way. It's great stuff right here. All right, so this just shows our storm system basically tracking off towards the north here. Now, the ECMWF actually takes it pretty close to Naha. We can actually zoom right in on this and keeps you. Now, this model, a little bit further northwest than what some of the agencies are showing, keeps you in that tropical storm strength winds. Based on everything I've kind of seen, I think that tropical storm strength gust up to 35 to 40 knots, enough to toss some light objects around, very well possible here into Okinawa as this moves off towards the northeast, and eventually off here away from Okinawa, but it's going to cruise by fast, basically Saturday evening into Sunday, and then it just kind of skirts by, because by the time it gets off into this direction, we start to look at it getting wrapped up with the jet stream and being pulled further towards the northeast. Then we get to watch this move over towards the Izu Islands. Those islands basically due south of Tokyo, and cruises off by Monday and the Tuesday, bringing some rainfall by basically Sunday night into Monday for our friends here in Tokyo, unfortunately there for you. Hey, how about further towards the south, though? We have all that inflow wrapping and around this storm system, and that means for those of you out here in the Philippines, you're going to be looking at that enhanced monsoonal risk, and that is all this precipitation that basically comes in. Some areas could be looking upwards about 200 to 300 millimeters. I know there already has been some damage to a few buildings out here as well. That's an old warning. Sorry about that. A few damage to buildings out here as well, just because of that moisture inflow wrapping and around it. So definitely want to keep a close eye on that. But that's typical anytime we see storm systems develop out here in the Philippines or just over towards the Philippine Sea. You always get that moisture inflow. So something not completely out of the ordinary, but still it causes problems. Specifically in Manila, get that urban flooding and poor drainage areas, and that's when we often see those issues. So something you really want to watch out for Saturday and Sunday, even over towards Monday as this moves off towards the northeast. Like I said, I do not expect a direct hit on Okinawa, but tropical storm strength gusts and high waves. Stay away from the beaches as we go ahead here on the Saturday over towards Sunday, and then heading over towards Monday, it cruises towards the northeast. Do you have any trips maybe planned out to the Izu Islands? I would reschedule those. Not going to be a major impact on Tokyo, though. And then as storm system cruises towards the northeast, don't expect to become a typhoon, just big broad area of circulation. Just wrapping up there for you guys. That was a quick update here, though. I know it's a little bit different. using this bad boy right here. Also, if you are watching this and you watched all the way through and you're from upstate New York, I'm still trying to keep in touch with all my friends back there in the Western Pacific. I know I have a huge base out there, and I think that just deserting them just because I moved to a different continent is a little bit unnecessary. So keep you guys posted. Stay safe out there, as always.